Yes, we are live. Here we are. We're back on Wrestling News 365. Hope everyone is doing very well. Welcome back to another watch-along stream, watch-along live stream, watch-along, however you want to call it, for Friday Night SmackDown. We are here. SmackDown is once again in Europe, as Raw was on Monday, as SmackDown was last Friday. Last Friday it was in Spain. Monday it was in Brussels. This evening, SmackDown is in Bologna. It's in Bologna in Italy, which means once again a good time for yours truly over here, also in Europe. SmackDown's going to be kicking off in just over 13 minutes time on Netflix internationally. I know we have quite a lot of international viewers here, so let me know where you're watching from and let me know if you can even watch it. Last week, it was quite interesting, wasn't it, actually? We had some people in the chat going, how can I watch this? I'm in the United States. Well, this is when I need like a VPN sponsor or something, don't I? This is when I need like a VPN sponsor, because then it'll be like you can use the VPN and go onto Netflix and watch it when it's airing live in real time. If you're in the United States, you can't watch until it airs on USA Network later on this evening at 8 p.m. Eastern. Whereas around the world, in most international territories, not all, most international territories, the show is going to be airing in about 13 minutes live on Netflix. There's some big things that have already been announced for this evening's show. We'll get into it in just a second. Already, we've got people filing through. We're nearly at 20 likes, actually, already. So if you haven't already clicked the like button, let's see how quickly can we get to 50 or something like that. That'll be unbelievable. And also, as always, be sure to subscribe. I think sometimes these things work, sometimes they don't. I think new subscribers, something should pop up like around here, maybe. It might be Jey Uso doing yeet. I can't remember what I said it as, if indeed it works. Same for super chats as well. So we'll see, new subscribers. And of course, it will make this number here move as we get closer to 20K. Which is the goal this year. I'm still saying this year because you never know. You never know in the world of wrestling, and it's very niche. So 20K is my goal for this year. If we do that like around WrestleMania time, oh my god! But I don't know. Big up Eddie. He says big up to you. Austin's in the chat. Big up Austin. He says my guy O-Dog. Yes, not Road Dog. O-Dog. Terry's one of our members, is in the chat as well. A member of the WN365 roster. You can join Terry on the WN365 roster. Click the join button. I'm so excited about members content. I was actually sort of brainstorming a little bit earlier on today. And as you guys would have seen, a lot of stuff sort of changing here on Wrestle News 365. Wrestle News 365. I only say that just because it's got my name in it. It's Wrestle News 365. Stuff's been changing. We've got daily news videos more often than not. I've been trying to keep as consistent as possible on top of things. 2 news videos a day, most of the time. And we've now introduced countdown videos, which is a bit more opinion, just a bit more speculation, a bit more sort of predicty analysis kind of videos, which are really fun to do. And I've tried to set them up differently, so you can very much tell they're different to the news videos. So they've been dropping throughout the last couple of weeks. People have been really enjoying them, which is awesome. What else? Yes, members only content. So members only content is the next thing that I want to hit. And I think that is where the future of gaming lies. And I was thinking to myself, okay, Owen, if you're going to be doing gaming for members, how do you want to do it? Do you want to do it live or do you want to do it pre-recorded? We're still going to have the match rewatches for members of the WN365 roster. I think I want to do the gaming live. So I'm kind of thinking of a couple of ways to do it. I either do it live for everyone, and then once it's done, I just switch it to members only, or I just do it where I'm live, but literally just the members can see it. I might like start the stream, like the first 5 minutes are live for everyone, maybe subscribers, and then like after 5 minutes, I go, right, I'm switching this to members only right now. And then if you're a member, you can carry on watching. If you're not, you can't or something. Maybe we do something like that. So we shall see. Got some really fun stuff, hopefully, with KG, that comedian, coming up when it comes to gaming. He's got WWE 2K25, so I'm probably going to play him with that. And as you guys, it's on the channel. I got a bunch. I went kind of crazy a couple of years ago, buying just every old wrestling game I can think of. I got so addicted to it, and I probably will carry on that tradition. And I've played like SmackDown 2. I've got the first SmackDown, which I want to play. I got Shut Your Mouth, Here Comes the Pain. all the SmackDown versus Raws, like SmackDown and WWE 12, WWE 13. I got an old WCW game for PS1 that I can play. I got TNA Impact for the Xbox 360. So there are some on the channel that I still haven't even touched yet. So there could be a lot for members of the for the roster. So I think that's where I definitely know gaming's going to exist for members. I just don't know if it's going to be live. I think probably live, and then I just need to figure out if that's going to be like 5-10 minutes for subscribers, just to be like, hey, this is what we're doing. And then members, switch it to members. I think probably that. And I need to figure out like a time of the week that I would want to do that. Maybe weekends. Although actually I might be quite busy at weekends. Maybe weeknights, actually. Maybe that's what I do. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out, and we'll figure it out together, guys. That's what we do here at Wrestle News 365. As you know, we've got 50 people watching, which is great. What are people saying here in the chat? Steffi Jenks is in there. Big up, Steffi. It says, oh. Floki says, big up Owen, the guy that made me start watching again after like 20 years. Wow, look at that. Well, I'm glad that you saw the light, Floki. That's fantastic. It's a good time to be a wrestling fan, to be fair. It's probably never been as accessible as it is right now with Netflix and with even AEW stuff. Over here in the UK, it's very accessible. Triller TV, you get a better streaming deal than you do in America with Triller TV. So it's a good time. The quality is good at the moment. Some great shows and a great time of year as well. It's a great time of year to be a wrestling fan. Corwin says the TNA game used to be so goated. Yes, it did. And on the 360, the graphics are better. And I got a 360, so that's going to be coming soon as well. And I did have a little bit of a play around with that. What I can say is when I go back to play those old games, man, I'm not as good as I used to be. Like not as good as I used to be at all with some of those old games. I think the days of just like, when you're a kid, you can just pick up the controller and you're playing easily. That does not exist as you get older. That just doesn't. KJ says, Netflix and your Royal Rumble stream with KG brought me back. The hope is that we do WrestleMania together. I think we're going to at least do one night of WrestleMania. Guaranteed we'll do at least one night of WrestleMania together. I don't know if he's got the stamina for both nights. There's a main night match on one of the days as well. But that we'll do at least one night together. I'm really excited for the summer as well. One of the nights of SummerSlam, because this year's SummerSlam is a 2-night event like WrestleMania, clashes with a Manchester United preseason friendly. I forget against who. My plan is to do both at the same time. That is my plan. My intention, and I think I can pull it off, is to do both streams simultaneously. I think I will have the facilities to do it. I think I will have like one. I think I can stream both at the same time. And you will be able to, on one channel, see me doing United View, and on another channel, see me doing a SummerSlam watch along with different graphics and all that kind of stuff. But I'll be the same. I'll be here. I think I can pull that off. And that could be a legendary stream. That could be legendary. So that's coming up later this year. My intention is that is going to happen. And that is my other way of overcoming any time, because it's happened to me a few times last year, any time that Manchester United and wrestling clashes, instead of having to choose one, which usually is Manchester United, but instead of having to choose one, I'm just going to do both at the same time. That is my plan. I'm going to find a way to do both. Hardest working man in Wrestle News 365, because it's only me that does this channel. So that's going to be my plan. Whether or not I can pull, I think I can. I believe that I can. So we'll see if I pull it off. It could be chaos, but that'll be fun. It'll be fun to do, no doubt about that. And if the game's shit, I'll watch the wrestling. If the wrestling shit, I'll watch the game. Why not? Let's see if we can pull it off. We're 50 likes already away from 14 likes away from 50 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. SmackDown starts in 5 minutes. Bloody hell, I haven't even got to anything that's going on the show. Quickly, Owen, quick. Right, we've got Zelina, Vega versus Piper Niven. This was started last Friday on the show. There was like a backstage segment, so they're going to be match arena. Reminder, SmackDown's 3 hours long now. The quality of the show does dip because of that. So it means that there's going to be a lot of filler this evening, but this is what's announced thus far. We've also got, I'm looking forward to this, Jacob Fatu versus Braun Strowman. They had a match at Saturday night's main event, which was great. They had a 6-man tag that kicked off last week's SmackDown. The Bloodline lost. Braun Strowman kind of did the cleanup, came in, did the Strowman Express running around the ring, and won the match running Power Slam. But after the match, Jacob Fatu attacked the monster of all monsters, and he put him through the barricade, a spot that's never been done before in pro wrestling. It's not like it happens every week. So that was fun. But they're doing this whole thing where they're like, it's the Braun Strowman feud, Braun Strowman special, when he goes up against monsters, where they just kind of do crazy spots and crazy kind of stunts, and they both get back up. I'm not finished with you. But the irony is, I think Jacob Fatu will be finished with Braun Strowman tonight. I think Jacob Fatu wins. And eventually, we've got to have a thing where Fatu gets turned on by Solo Sikoa, or he turns on Solo. I mean, I think that's the match they're doing at WrestleMania, maybe. So, but I think something big happens, because they always will have a stunt in that match. So that's going to be quite exciting. We've also got Jade Cargill facing off against Liv Morgan, one half of the Women's Tag Team Champions. This, rightfully so, by the way, Liv Morgan confronted Jade Cargill when she was doing her interview last week and basically said, why did you allow for weeks everyone to think it was me when you knew it wasn't me that attacked you? You said it was Naomi. You attacked Naomi at Elimination Chamber. Why did you just allow everyone to assume that it was me? That's not fair. And she's got a really good point. Why did she allow that to happen? So I don't really get that. And I'm still not going with the answer that it was Naomi that attacked Jade Cargill, because when she did her interview last week, she was asked, how do you know it was Naomi? And she went, well, I got sort of attacked. And as I was, fading to black, as it were, as I was losing consciousness, I saw Naomi walking away. And I thought, well, that's an interesting line to script. So that suggests to me, I think it was Bianca Belair. I'm still going with it was Bianca Belair, or it was like a ruse or something like that. Maybe Naomi and Bianca Belair. And that's going to lead to Bianca winning the Women's World Championship at WrestleMania when she turns heel. I think there's going to be a big angle at WrestleMania. I think that's what it's going to be. I think Bianca Belair wins the Women's World Championship because of some evil master plan by Naomi and her, maybe even including Jade Cargill. Could you imagine that? But I don't really think it'll go that far. But I still think it was Bianca. That's my sort of longer term plan with that one. And then, of course, really the reason everyone's looking forward, I think, to SmackDown this evening, because all three of these men, including Paulie, are going to be in the same place at the same time. Yes, Roman Reigns, CM Punk, and Seth Rollins are confirmed for SmackDown tonight. And I think we're probably expecting there to be some kind of confirmation on a match between the three at WrestleMania. Triple threat match is where this is going. Will it get announced tonight? I mean, we're less than a month away now. Well, we're about a month away from WrestleMania. It's on the 19th and 20th. It's the 21st of March. We're a month. We're a month away. So does it get announced now? I don't know if this is going to be the main event of night one. I think that main event for night one's pretty open. That spot's pretty open at the moment, isn't it? So maybe we get some kind of confirmation this evening. Maybe we get a big brawl. Maybe we get CM Punk calling in the favor. There's a lot of different directions that this could go, but the direction that it is going to go is into a match at WrestleMania. So that's what's been announced. But of course, plenty more will happen this evening. No doubt about that, as we're 44, 43, 42, 41, 40 seconds away from SmackDown going live on the air internationally on Netflix. Yes. As make this a bit bigger so I can see it and hear it. Steph Ujek says a lot of wrestling then. Well, yeah, in the summer, if the football's boring, yeah, that might be it. But I refuse to miss another SummerSlam. I missed last year's because I was doing a preseason match. This time I'm just going to do both. That's what I'm going to do. Going to do both. It'll be interesting. It might be one of those things that I do and I go, I'm never going to do that again. But we'll see. We're 6 likes away from 50, by the way, guys, which is amazing. We've got 60 people watching. Great viewer to like ratio at the moment. As the live event is about to start. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And let's go. As we await for the stream to start. Get the Netflix noise. Da-dun. Followed by the classic already WWE cold intro. then, now. Gentleman with the lamp, are you a genie? Says, what do you think the favor will be? Well, it's an interesting one, isn't it? Is the favor going to be that he wants in on a match? So maybe it's just Rollins versus Reigns is announced, and then his favor is, I want to be in. Is his favor make it the main event of night one? Is his favor turn on Roman Reigns at WrestleMania? Maybe that's what it will be too. This is a Bologna in Italy. SmackDown airing from Italy. And seeing chants of CM Punk. Ah, look at that. Turn the sound up, Owen. Whack it up. Get some reaction. Get some feeling of the atmosphere. Look at all of those Italy flags. My goodness me. Wow. And you know for a fact the atmosphere is going to be great. It's going to be up. Oh, there's Jade Cargill. She's going to be in action this evening, as we said, against Liv Morgan. Speaking on the phone backstage. Liv Morgan arriving at the arena with her Women's Tag Team Championship partner, Raquel Rodriguez. There's the big SOB, Braun Strowman, against Jacob Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. Coming up this evening. Look at him. Look at him. Ah, unashamed, says his shirt. I remember, look, there was a concern when he signed with WWE if he could travel internationally. They've got that all fixed. There's the punker. CM Punk. He's wearing a Rancid shirt, of course. I mean, he was clean shaven like less than a week ago, Monday, already grown back. Who kicks us off then? Oh my, it's the Viper. Here comes Randy Orton and Bologna sings his song. What a reaction. I thought he was acknowledging the tribal chief for a second. He was pointing up. The, as you would expect, great atmosphere. He went viral this week. I don't know if you guys saw this, Randy Orton. There was someone that was sliding into some woman's DMs, and he was like, I'd fight 2009 Randy Orton to be with you or something like that. And he was like, guy's willing to fight death because 2009 Randy Orton is never level. Listen to the fans sing. God, I mean, they are singing full voice. Wow. Listen to that. And Randy Orton doesn't even like this song. He's not even the biggest fan of his entrance theme. Prefers this one to obviously Burning My Light. Look at me, he's hearing the voices. Oh, he heard the voices for a second there. No Lillian Garcia doing the ring announcing. Of course, she's now a part-time ring announcer. Seeing a replay of last Friday on SmackDown where Randy Orton defeated Carmelo Hayes. Hit an RKO, much to the delight of Lamine Yamal, who was ringside. There he is, yeah. He tried to pie face Orton, a big RKO. He was thinking about the punt afterwards, wasn't he? Thinking about the punt kick. But it was Kevin Owens who arrived. Tried to run away from Randy. Pushed his back into the ring post and managed just to get away in time. But I don't think you can escape the Viper for very long. He's a very evil man, Randy Orton, a very dangerous and frankly nowadays giant man. Good grief. The man is a monster. Look at the size of him. 18 months on the shelf. Lower back, spinal fusion surgery. Look at them. They're waiting for the pose. They're waiting for the pose. Got to pop for the pose. It's cord being over, brother. I suppose that's also why they send Randy Orton out first, because his entrance alone will take probably about 10 minutes. And, you know, they're just trying to sort of fill time when the show's 3 hours long. I mean, they've looped his entrance theme. That's how long he's been doing his entrance for. They've looped the theme. That's when you know you're popular. Listen to that crowd. One thing's for sure. These crowds, it was like it last week with Barcelona. To be fair, towards the end of the show, kind of tailed off a little bit, got a bit tired. It's a 3-hour show. Brussels, Belgium on Monday for that John Cena segment. They were red hot. And that's the case with Bologna in Italy this evening so far. There's a long time to go, though, of course. Like I said, the song has looped. That guy's got a bit of a messed up sign. His sign was a bit tatty, wasn't it? Bloody hell. What an entrance. What an entrance, what a man. As the crowd continues to chant for Randy. Oh, wow. He didn't even manage to get a word out, and here comes Kevin Owens. Look at that. Couldn't even get a word out. Here comes KO. Loud boos. Yeah, something important to tell Orton. Wonder what that could be. He was wrong, he says. Yeah, he says he was wrong. I'm surprised too. He was wrong. He was wrong for attacking him, for hitting him, for a pile driver. He didn't deserve that. Good guy, Kevin. Cody Rhodes deserved everything he did to him. Well, you know. Sami Zayn deserved everything that happened to him. I tell you what, Kevin Owens is looking thin, isn't he? It looks like he's lost a bit of weight, KO. He says he was angry because Orton sided with someone else over him. If anyone can relate to letting their anger make them do stupid things, it's you. Yep, the voices. I mean, Randy Orton is leaning over that top rope, sort of lurching, leering at Kevin Owens. Owen says he means it. I can forgive you for picking Cody's side if you forgive me for what he did to him. Then they can put all of it in the past where it belongs. Speaking of leaving those things in the past, tell us, KO, why did he pull Carmel out of the ring? Crowd chanting RKO. Says he's trying to protect him from himself. Doesn't want to go back to the Randy Orton who used to kick people in the head. Well, nobody wants to see that. All right. He's changed. He's grown. Changed for the better. Should look to the future. What is in the future, Kevin? Oh, WrestleMania's in the future. That's right. He wouldn't challenge him to a match. He's trying to apologize. What do you think? Can't think of a better moment at WrestleMania. Becoming tag team champions. RKO back together. That's what we like to see. They were close a few months ago. Should have become tag team champions. Yeah, forget about that. Go for the tag titles. It's telling Bologna to shut their stupid faces. Ray says he's pathetic in the chat. 3 likes away from 60 likes if you haven't clicked the like button already. I mean, so far, again, Randy Orton hasn't even been able to say anything this evening. He was cut off straight away by KO. Randy Orton says what he should do is go down there, beat the hell out of Kevin Owens. What he said was intriguing. Never heard Kevin Owens admit he was wrong. So Randy was going to think about it. Well, he said you can shove that apology right up your bum. Randy Orton says the only thing that matters when it comes to it all, he deserves. Well, so he's going to kick him so hard that Roberto Baggio is going to kick him on the back, going to pat him on the back. Bitch, Owens, bitch. Randy Orton says, you said you shouldn't drop me on my head, saving him from himself. He's glad. Now he hears voices. He hears voices. He hears the voices in his head. Whatever happens in Vegas stays in Vegas. Not for you. In Vegas. At WrestleMania. He's going to kick Kevin Owens clean off his shoulders. Well, I think that pretty much suggests that a match is going to happen, doesn't it? So he says no to the hand of friendship and says yes to a singles match at WrestleMania, and he's going to kick his head off his shoulders. So that looks like that match is on. As Joe Tessitore and Wade Barrett. So, I mean, quite uncomfortably close to each other, by the way, in commentary. Yeah, Wade Barrett says things will get ugly. As we see what happened last week between Drew McIntyre and Damian Priest. Of course, last week, Damian Priest was facing Shinsuke Nakamura, and then Nakamura... Drew McIntyre, rather, just appeared at ringside. And then Nakamura Kinshasa to the back of the head. Nakamura and Drew had a bit of a face-off. And then McIntyre attacked him, Priest, with some steel stairs. He tried to sort of get to this match like it was feeling like it was going somewhere, didn't it? It tried to make it feel like it was going somewhere. And a big Claymore. Right to the face. He said, I have nothing now but making your life a living hell. And then he was just stomping on his head whilst Damian Priest started, flipping around like a fish out of water on the canvas. And we have seemingly Damian Priest on his way out. I believe we do. Anyway. So all a bit of a blur. We might see Damian Priest shortly. There he is. Wonder what he will have to say about what happened last week. There is the former World Heavyweight Champion. as Priest drinks in the adulation from the crowd in Bologna. He's wearing a Punisher-inspired gear this evening. Can't go wrong with a bit of Punisher. So coming up next, we've got Damian Priest and Jimmy Uso versus Shinsuke Nakamura and Drew McIntyre. Should be an interesting tag. Certainly should be an interesting tag team match as we go into a commercial break, also known as commercial. We're one like away, just one like away from 60 likes. So if you haven't already, click the like button and also be sure to subscribe. What did you make of that opening segment? Someone says the pile driver versus the punt. That's probably what it's going to be billed as. You're right, to be honest. And I can already see the spot. First of all, I think Randy Orton wins at WrestleMania. Second of all, I think he might even get hit with a pile driver, and we're like, oh my God, see, he's going to Kevin Owens going to beat him. He got hit with a pile driver, and then Randy Orton kicks out. That's going to be the spot, isn't it? And then Randy Orton, maybe, and then to sort of another false finish, we Randy Orton, bang, RKO, 1-2, kicks out. Well, what's he going to do? And then kicks him in the head, hits the punt. And that's all that's needed for the 1-2-3. I think maybe it might be going in that kind of direction, don't you? I think that might be where that match goes at WrestleMania. It'll be interesting to see which nights are going to have which matches at WrestleMania. We tend to not find out until like the week of, maybe like 2 weeks before kind of thing. Because last year, I'm just trying to think. Last year, one of the biggest differences between both nights was the temperature, wasn't it? If you recall last year, they said that on night one of WrestleMania Philadelphia, it was freezing. Like people were saying that they were sitting inside the stadium and it was cold. And it, by all accounts, made WWE think, we've got to be quite careful, actually, about putting these shows on the East Coast at that time of the year, early April. Is that really the right thing for us? Obviously, they're having it a bit later this year. They're having it towards the end of April. It's over Easter weekend. And obviously, Vegas is Vegas. It'll be warm. But that was something to consider. And the night two was much warmer. And if I recall correctly, let me have a quick look. I believe night two was just better last year. Night one was a bit, but night two, I think, was better. I mean, night one, I recall, and this is what's important to go back. I recall night one just being just basically about the main event. Nothing else was that really good, but I may be misremembering that. Look at the results. All right, night one, yeah, Rhea Ripley versus Becky Lynch, which I recall being good. You had the tag team championship ladder match, which I think was fine. Then you had Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus Santos Escobar and Dirty Dominik Mysterio, which just, if I recall correctly, again, was kind of just felt a bit thrown together. So I don't really that was much. Then we had the worst match of WrestleMania weekend, which was Uso versus Uso, which was really bad. Then we had the 6-person tag, which is Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair, and Naomi against Damage Control. Which, fine. Sami Zayn versus Gunther, which was good. And then you had the tag team match for the main event, which was The Rock and Roman versus Rhodes and Rollins. And that really was a sort of one match night. And then the second night was much better, wasn't it? Yeah, you started off with a World Championship match. Then you got into the cash in. That Philadelphia street fight between the Pride and the Final Testament was way better than it had any business being. The Logan Paul match of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton was good as well. And of course, the main event, the Bloodline Rules, which one of the most epic endings in WrestleMania history. So I think that's probably a fair analysis. As here comes Shinsuke Nakamura. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, Jimmy Uso didn't even get an entrance. As Nakamura makes his entrance as he's in the ring. And Nakamura removes the mask. Done. As you can always tell when they're doing like a sponsored spot because it just goes quiet. The commentary, they can't, because I guess there's different, advertising and sponsorship rules. And here comes the former WWE and World Heavyweight Champion Drew McIntyre. He saunters out to the ring. Takes his precious time, does old Drew. Of course, this time last year, he'd won Money in the Bank. Not Money in the Bank. Elimination Chamber, excuse me. He's going to challenge Seth Rollins for the World Heavyweight Championship going into WrestleMania. Uh-oh. Damian Priest isn't going to waste any time. There we go. It's on site for both of them. A brawl's just kicked off. I mean, this match hasn't even started. And they're going after each other. It looks like Nakamura's got involved. Where's Jimmy Uso? Oh, Jimmy Uso's maybe thinking about a dive. Oh, dives over the top rope. Did what his brother couldn't. I mean, that was a heck of a dive. Jay could never. I mean, Jay's dive on Raw was left a lot to be desired, didn't it? That one didn't. Bell rings were underway. The referee, I think, is saying that Jimmy and Drew are the legal men. Kick to the gut. Yeah, I think you're right, Matty lad. Jimmy was trying to show up his brother. Oh, ducks into the clothesline. Big chop. And another into the corners. Gonna maybe go for the Irish whip. Oh, I think McIntyre tried to reverse, but he just didn't. I was caught. Going for the belly to belly. Well, he caught the rope, actually. His bottom of his foot caught the middle rope. McIntyre and Priest, once again, staring daggers at each other. Gentleman with the lamp says, what's the thinking behind a 3-hour show? What's the business behind it? Basically, just get paid a load of money by USA to do it. WWE would rather not do an extra hour of television because it's more difficult to write for. It's more difficult to produce. The sort of sweet spot of good pro wrestling show is, well, Triple H believes is between 2 to 2.5 hours. But wrestling gets ratings. And USA, that's why they had Raw be 3 hours for so long, is because it gets ratings. So USA Network pays WWE a lot of money to make a 3rd hour of television. But with SmackDowns, it's not as set in stone as Raw's was. SmackDown will be going back to 2 hours sometime in the middle of the year. As Nakamura just trips up Jimmy Uso, tells the cameraman to move out the way. Oh, and a big kick sends Jimmy Uso up onto the announce table. As they go to commercial. But, of course, we can carry on here in the UK anyway. Some international territories can't. I think it depends on your plan. I think it depends on the plan that you've got. Knee lift by Nakamura. By, as Michael Cole would call him, Shin. Great knee by Shin. Every time we do that, I'd be like, oh, well done, Shin. Oh, Nakamura, big knee lift to Jimmy's gut. Uno. Big up to United Love. It's been on the big up United Love. It's been on the WN365 roster for nearly a year. It's amazing. Really appreciate the support. That's awesome. Says, hey, Owen, coming back to the UK next week, so time difference won't be an issue. 5 hours behind, so sometimes miss the morning show, but I'm ready to defend Fleck. Yes, we're trying to nail down an actual date to do the trial next week. Next week is a busy week as well. I think we came to the conclusion it'd probably be easier to do it on a morning show. So it might be on like a Thursday. I can't do Friday because I've got SmackDown. So we'll advertise it when we pick the date. But it's happening. It's happening. We have to bow to the requests of the UE community. So that will indeed be happening. But big up, appreciate the love from United Love and the legal advice. Right hand by McIntyre sends Damian Priest off the apron. Wow, look at the strength by McIntyre. Unbelievable. Crowd with the chant for Jimmy Uso, who really does just feel kind of like pointless, doesn't he? I mean, you got Jay, who's, look, for all the critics about whether his in-ring work is any good, he's doing well on Raw in terms of selling merchandise, so much so, and getting reactions and pops that they want to put him in a World Championship picture. And then you've got Jimmy, who's just kind of doing stuff, not really. It's kind of like without his brother and without Roman Reigns, he's just another guy, isn't he? Jimmy Uso. I think he's got to think of something else, another gimmick. What that would be or what that would look like, I don't know. McIntyre, he's got a submission locked in. It's a version of like a key lock, I think. Jimmy trying to reach out, tag in Priest. Not going to get there. And once again, Drew McIntyre twice. McIntyre literally saying to Priest, that's twice. I've knocked you off the apron. Oh, and a big Samoan drop by Jimmy Uso. KJ says, agreed, Jimmy definitely needs another angle, but is it too late in his career? I mean, that's the beauty of pro wrestling, is it's never too late. But I think the way for him to succeed, he'd have to do something totally different. Totally different, and be 100% committed to it. No like bloodline stuff, and try and get as far away from his brother as possible in terms of the gimmick. The Jey Uso gimmick is the yeet, the sunglasses, the entrance, and they've effectively got the same moveset. As a tag in to Damian Priest, big jumping elbow. Oof. As United Love says, I look at the Matt Hardy example when it comes to Jeff. Jeff Hardy's always just been Jeff Hardy, really. Whereas Matt Hardy had to be completely different characters. I mean, Matt Hardy version 1, Matt Hardy Will Not Die, obviously broken Matt Hardy, big money Matt. I mean, the reason he had to be gimmicky is because it wasn't as naturally popular as Jeff was. There's a crossbody by Damian Priest. So you'd have to do the same thing. Do the same thing where it's more just like, you've got to be as different as you possibly can. Priest going to go for that big lariat. Oh, it's kicked out of the way by Shinsuke, and a big jumping Enziguri. Nakamura is probably thinking Kinshasa. Oh, big lariat. Oof. And Drew McIntyre interrupted. It looks like the Italians have got their own version of the French chant. Big Jim. And he went for a sort of a kick through the ropes. Oh, wow. Nakamura, big kick. Well, it was almost a version of a Kinshasa, wasn't it? Uh-oh. We're going to get South of Heaven. That will be all she wrote, folks. Dos. Yeah. Damian Priest with the victory. So Damian Priest and Damian Priest and Jimmy Uso is me to say, get the victory, South of Heaven. Oh, McIntyre attacks Damian Priest after the bell. And look at McIntyre just raining down on the right hands on sight. Every time I see you. Uh-oh. Priest said, I'll kill you. McIntyre said no. And look at him just slamming his head into the canvas. Oh, look at those right hands. They are stiff right hands, making sure he's protecting the business there, brother. Oh, big kick to the back of the head. Well, I think McIntyre should win this at WrestleMania, by the way. It's not the biggest feud for McIntyre, considering the year he's had, so he should win. As we get a Claymore. Uno. Oh, and a Claymore right across the face and onto the ropes. Look at Damian Priest with the eyes out and the twitchy hand. He said, I should be fighting for the title at WrestleMania. You're not wrong. But Jey Uso is. Can you believe it? It'd be Drew versus Gunther. Yeah, so if I'm Drew McIntyre, I'm pulling all the politics. I'm going, right, I'll work with Damian at WrestleMania. Cool. But I'm going over, brother. All right? McIntyre walks away shaking his head. As Braun Strowman, I thought he was crying. He's not. He's working out biceps. Interrupted by LA Knight. What are they gonna be talking about? LA Knight says he's going to be keeping his eye out. Why can't you wait to get your hands on him? Oh, the winner of the match gets a shot at the US Championship. #1 contenders match. Wow. Oh, so would they do Jacob Fatu versus LA Knight? US Championship match for WrestleMania? Or do you go with multi-man? They might go multi-man. And we're seeing a replay of Tiffany Stratton versus and Charlotte Flair's brawl last week. I mean, the match itself between Charlotte Flair and B-Fab was not great. But Tiffany Stratton came out and they did the brawl, the pull apart. And then in the next segment, which was the Miz TV segment with Cody Rhodes, they were still brawling. And Tiffany Stratton jumped off the top of the Titantron, which back in the day would have been like, she jumped off the what? Nowadays, it's not as big. If she jumped off the fist, that would be something. But nowadays, they don't really have a big Titantron because, of course, they're selling so many tickets. And Tiffy with the big dive. We're 5 likes away from 70 likes, by the way, guys, which is great. Oh, we're getting an exclusive interview. We're getting side by side. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair. Yes. Look at that. Side-by-side action. What are people saying in the chat? Wrestler Italiano says, I'm the king of Bologna, and I'm an Italian wrestler. I would hope so if you had that name. You know what I mean? If it said wrestler, I don't know, Belgium, and you went, I'm an Italian wrestler, I go, that would be strange. But the fact that it says wrestler Italiano, hey, I'll believe you. Big up Lil Yo-Yo's in the chat, says, I think Solo Sikoa needs a solo title on the roster. The weirdest one is when he joined the Bloodline and then was NXT North American champion. And then did he have to vacate it? Whereas not even that long after, they were suddenly like, oh yeah, you can win a title in the NXT and go on the main roster. Look at Dominic Mysterio. It was a very strange ruling at the time. Very strange ruling. And Blue Dabadai says, big up, by the way, I haven't seen you on United in a while. Says, Owen, you look skinnier and Skinner's looking stupendous. Well, thank you very much. And Blue Dabadai. I appreciate the compliment. Yes. I mean, a few lifestyle changes over the last, I don't know, since last summer, really. It was when the Olympics was on. I started exercising and eating healthy, and not being a general all-round slob around the time of the Olympics last year. So, yeah, optimize, as they would say. Yeah, optimize. And I'm going to be trying out the digest stuff as well. That's going to be good. I'm excited about that. We're 4 likes away from 70 likes. If you haven't already, guys, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. Make sure I got a couple more of my members' comments. Make sure they see some love. Jadine says Damian Priest is underrated. United Love also says, are you going to do a 2K story mode in the summer before tour or play old school games again? I said this earlier on United Love. You might not have seen it. But members are going to have exclusive access to the gaming streams. That is what I've decided. We've been adding a lot more content here recently. We've been adding, obviously, the countdown videos. Well, first of all, there's more news videos than ever on the channel. There's most days, there's minimum 2, sometimes even more than that, because there's so much going on, especially this time of year. We've also introduced the countdown videos, which people have been really enjoying, which is a bit more opinion-y, a bit more sort of speculation, a bit more hypothetical, and especially coming out of pay-per-views, premium live events, sort of highlighting stuff people would have missed, botches, and all that kind of stuff. So that's been, people have been really enjoying that. So they're still to come, and they're sort of formatted a bit different than the news videos, so it's easier to differentiate between which one's which. And there's a playlist that I've made on the channel of all of the countdown videos, if that's your kind of thing. And then for members, obviously we've got the match rewatch stuff, but I'm going to be putting gaming over for members. I think the way I'm going to do it, and I mentioned this earlier on, is they will most likely be live streams. And I think I'm going to set it up where for the first 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes, they'll be available for everyone. And then once we get 10 minutes in, then I'll flip it to members only, and only members will be able to watch. And then obviously only members will be able to watch it after the fact as well. So that's my plan for members, because I want to make sure they get to see some love. As this is the first WWE broadcast in Bologna. Big up Austin as well, says, oh, dog, I just finished your sign for the AEW show. I should be on the hard cam side. Well, I look forward to it. Which AEW show is that, Austin? Is that a Dynamite or Collision, or is that Dynasty? I'll be doing a watch-along for Dynasty, April 6th. Tiffany Stratton and Charlotte Flair going to be interviewed here. Side by side. Starts with Tiffany. Last week we saw a fire in you that we haven't seen before. What is your mindset? Oh, Charlotte Flair says the Queen speaks first. Charlotte Flair says she always brings out the best in everyone. Pick me. She felt sorry. She chose Tiffany Stratton because she felt sorry for her. Everyone is compared to Charlotte, according to Flair. I mean, Tiffany Stratton can't stop touching her microphone. It's like trying to do a show of KG. Charlotte Flair's just called Tiffy delusional. She's going to shine her light on some undeserving girl, apparently. By the way, Charlotte Flair, I mean, she'll probably win at WrestleMania, and the internet will hate it, because that will be full on Hulk Hogan-esque, won't it? It'll be full Hogan-esque of going, come back. Now I'm back in WWE. What do I do? Win the Rumble, put the title on me, brother. What else do you think I was going to do? Put someone over at WrestleMania? You kidding me? She didn't do that for Rhea Ripley. Not going to happen. And do you know what? The thing is with this, I have no doubts that this match between the two will be really good at WrestleMania. The two really good workers. Charlotte's a great worker. She does have really good WrestleMania matches. Tiffany Stratton's a great worker. But at the same time, this feud just doesn't do anything for me. And maybe that's why. It's just not, it's not pulling me in. You find the hottest thing and throw water on it, apparently, according to Tiffany Stratton. The Charlotte Vortex, it may be known as. The fans, keep up with the fans or don't want you back. They're either wooing or booing. You pick. You'll be lucky to have a job when she's Charlotte's age, apparently. WWE Universe doesn't bow to you anymore. They run on Tiffy time. Well, that whole interview segment was a bit of a car wreck, wasn't it? They spent the majority of the time sort of shouting over each other. They didn't really have a good back and forth. They just kind of bitched at each other for a few minutes. This is what I mean. The match will be really good. No doubt about the match will be good because they're both very, very capable and two of the better female rosters. But it doesn't really do anything. Like the feud is just nothing for me. It's just not anything there. Anyway, we've got Jacob Fatu coming up next, which means I can actually use a graphic. I haven't been able to. And of course, this is look at Fatu. He's dribbling everywhere. Saliva. And it's a number one contenders match for the United States Championship as well. Let's not forget that. All gas, no brakes. That's Jacob Fatu. Ray says this dialogue is whack. Jadine says that's terrible. Tiffany's mic skills need to be worked on. It weren't great, was it? And KJ says the same. It wasn't great. This should be fun though. Big Jacob Fatu fan, and with Braun Strowman, if you can give him those kind of matches where they just do crazy stuff, go through barricades or, what have you. That's that's good Strowman shit. Lil Yo says all gas, no brakes might have IBS. Well, just diarrhea, really. You know what I mean? Well, yeah, because you've got constant gas and you can't stop it. Maybe that's just wind. Maybe that's just flatulence. Maybe it's flatulence, but which is a symptom of IBS. Maybe we need to get Dr. Andre. Get Dr. Andre in. Maybe he needs to get some digest, perhaps. All gas, no brakes, pure flatulence, pure shit. Maybe. As we have the worst music in the world, which of course is the commercial music on Netflix. Not even going to listen. Not even going to go there. Not even going to. Can't be doing with that. We got 1 like away from 70 likes. So if you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. We're currently at 19,387. As we get closer, we're getting closer to 19,400. The goal, remember, is 20K, not tonight. But I'm still saying this year because it's a niche channel. It's wrestling. Not everyone's the biggest fan in the world. It's not football or anything like that. It's football, as Sir Jim would say, for Manchester United. So, yes, if you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. David says, I think Braun wins here because if they give Fatu the win, it feels like he has to beat LA Knight. And I don't know if they would switch the title again so soon. I tell you what, David, you make an interesting point. And I think the interesting point is, did they get to Solo versus Jacob Fatu because Solo accidentally cost him the match or something? Or do they have Solo cost him the match during a United States Championship match because there's more stakes in that? There's more, you cost me a title. It should be me that's going for the title kind of thing. Maybe that's how they get there because that's the rumor, isn't it? That it's going to be Fatu versus Solo for WrestleMania, which again, does that really interest me? I mean, I suppose since Jacob Fatu debuted, he's been tied up with Solo. So it's been a storyline rather. That's been going long enough that it should be paid off at WrestleMania, perhaps. Yeah, maybe that's what they do. And the bigger Jacob Fatu matches, no doubt they're going to be coming in the future. I'm more interested, to be honest with you, like the match he's going to be doing next year at WrestleMania, say. I mean, he's still got plenty of years ahead of him. He's only 32. So in pro wrestling years, that is nothing. That is absolutely nothing. So as long as he stays healthy and, nothing scandalous happens, because you never know in pro wrestling, of course, then he should have plenty of... He's got world championship in his future, doesn't he? That's the thing. He's got world championship in his future. No doubt about it. As we're back. They're showing shots of Las Vegas. I mean, they're a bit rapid. I'm getting vertigo watching it. Bloody hell. Here's Vegas when you've had a few. Room spinning. There is the Samoan werewolf. You do not want to bump into that man in a dark alley or an alleyway. You don't want to bump into that man, or werewolf, whatever you want to call him, unless you're a monster. Of all monsters, to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of the monster of all monsters name. I still prefer the monster among men. I prefer that nickname. The monster among men is my preferred name for Braun, whose knees, again, I will mention this every time I see him, are absolutely cooked. He also, I think he's partially not paralyzed, but partially he's got like no feeling in one of his legs. When he was in, I think, developmental, he had a really bad back injury. So he's always had leg issues. So that's always why he's walked a bit funny. But now, I mean, when he does the Strowman Express around the ring, it takes a while to get there. There's not a lot of locomotion, is there? I'm seeing Jacob Fatu. When he went through the barricade, he kind of nearly missed him last week. Well, him and that's back-to-back segments. We've seen Drew do this. We've seen Braun do this. Charles Robinson rings the bell. We're underway. Lil Nate looking the same as he did like 25 years ago, by the way, even more so. Charles Robinson never ages. He is an ageless man, isn't he? Lil Nate. Look at him. He looks exactly the same. Strowman backing him up in the corner. Hit him with right hands and a big headbutt. Got to be careful, though. Doesn't really work on Fatu. Side steps. Big uppercut by Jacob Fatu. Shoulders into the gut. A big headbutt there again. Look at Fatu. I wonder when he's going to start doing the boogeyman. Hits the rope but gets an elbow from Strowman. I tell you what, this Italian crowd absolutely loves some Braun. Pause. Fatu. Whoa, big back body drop. That's a long way to fall. And again, this is a clothesline, sends Fatu over the top rope. This is the interesting one because in this kind of match, Fatu's got to sell. boot by Strowman sends Fatu down. And really, what Strowman is doing here, what he will do for Fatu, is he's doing what was done for him by the likes of the Big Show. You remember when Strowman sort of first started as a single star and he had that feud with the Big Show? Where Big Show, they did the superplex through the ring and through the cage and what have you. That's how you get over a new monster, isn't it? You have an old monster beat you. No, do the favors. Don't beat him. Strowman Express. Get ready for the Strowman Express. Running around. Oh, Fatu sidesteps. Yeah, don't enjoy yourself too much. Fatu, I thought he was going to jump off the top rope then. I thought he was going to do a madness. Going to go for, a clothesline from the apron to the outside of the ring. Look at Fatu's face. It's an evil man. Big up Coutinho's in the chat, says, what's up, Owen Lil Yo-Yo? I'm just tuning in now to Friday Night SmackDown. I got a food concussion. What did you have? What did you have? Food concussion. Is that like a real concussion? Is that like food poisoning? Is that what that is? Because that's nasty stuff. Or is it like a food coma, which is a good thing? Yeah, look at Fatu with the dance. Big right hand by Braun Strowman. Food coma. Yeah, nice. Oof. Fatu goes into the steel steps. Strowman spitting at ringside. This match apparently sponsored by the Minecraft movie. Can't say I don't think even played SmackDown. Minecraft. I've played SmackDown. Bloody hell, I've got enough of them. But can't say I've ever really played Minecraft or got that involved with it. Now, if anyone in the chat has, if it's any good or not. Look at the crowd singing songs for Braun Strowman. For Braun. Jacob Fatu is moving pretty gingerly. You're right, Wade Barrett. Oh, look at Strowman. With the elbows. Drop kick. I mean, that hurt. To the dodgy knee. Clothesline sends Strowman down there as well by Jacob Fatu. But he does look like, doesn't he, Strowman? Like every time he takes a bump, he does look like it's like, oh. You know, it just look like it's, oh. Look at Fatu headbutts. Just told Strowman, get his ass up. As we'll be back in 42 seconds. Steve says, I'm a huge fan of these international Raws and SmackDowns. You and me both. We get to do streams like this. Not that means I won't do streams like this. I did one for the Raw from MSG a few weeks ago, which was a lot of fun. I managed to do the morning show the next day. I still have no clue how I managed to pull that off. Not a clue. And I didn't even nap throughout the rest of the day. Shocking. Oh, my God. Look at Braun Strowman. He's going full Hulk Hogan. He's brawning up. He's Strowmaning up. Headbutt by Fatu. Yep, this is, remember, a #1 contenders match for the United States Championship. Winner of this match between Strowman and Fatu will earn a shot at LA Knight for the United States Championship next week in London. Oh, look at that Samoan drop by Fatu. And the senton. Oh, kicked out at 2.5. That was a late kick out. So the winner of this match will have a US Championship match next week in London. I will be doing a watch-along and a post-show for that. The only one I'm not doing is Monday. I'm not doing Mondays because I'm at an awards show. Or an awards ceremony. So, yeah, can't make that one. Fatu, hip attack in the corner. There he is. Look, Strowman's getting back to his feet. Oh, splash in the corner. Just pie-facing Braun. Oh, my God. He actually jumped across the ring, Braun. He actually, do you see how high he got off the ground? It was maybe that high. The spring was just not there for Braun Strowman jumping off the ground. I mean, it's so impressive. He's a big guy. But still, that was like that far off the ground. Oh, Braun Strowman forearm. Clothesline sends down Jacob Fatu. Another one. Maybe got to go for a big clothesline through the chest. Get ready for more Strowman Express. He does think he's Hulk Hogan. Look at him. He's ripping his shirt off like that. He was Strowmaning up earlier on. Now he's ripping off his shirt. We're going to get the Strowman Express. This time he gets it. Sends Fatu over the table. Fatu up and over the announce table. Braun looks like he can't breathe after jogging. Like, I don't know. Not that much, by the way. It was a little bit of a jog. And Fatu rolled back into the ring. Clothesline, ducks it. Oh, a nice spine buster, double A style. Uh-oh, interference perhaps? Who's that? Tamatonga just thrown into the ring. Like, yeah. Oh, Solo Sikoa. Well, Samoan Spike, and it's a disqualification. What does this mean? Jacob Fatu isn't very happy at all. He's like, why'd you get involved? And he's right. So Strowman won. Strowman won the match. So if Strowman won the match, that means it's Strowman versus LA Knight. Yep. Braun Strowman might be getting beaten up right now, but it's a DQ. Well, probably LA Knight's going to be on his way out in a second. And Jacob Fatu looks a bit pissed off. Oh, I mean, Fatu just did that running elbow. He practically bounced off Braun Strowman. Well, LA Knight was waiting for his music to hit. Wouldn't be a good babyface if he just ran out by himself with no music. Here comes LA Knight. LA Knight in the ring. Ducks under. Look at these. Pairs of right hands to both Fatu and Solo Sikoa. But Damaton attacks him from behind. Oh, Fatu goes into the... What was that? I looked like he tried to lift... He tried to lift Tamatonga over the ropes, and he just didn't go over, and he just bounced off him instead. He just went boing. he just went boing and went over. What the hell? By disqualification, Braun Strowman. Right, so that match next week. I tell you what, it's the match that's going to sell out the O2. It's Braun Strowman versus LA Knight for the US Championship. Oh, it's going to sell tickets. That's what's going to happen. Sell some big time tickets. Next week, US Championship. LA Knight versus Big Braun. as Kathy Kelly talks to the women's tag team champions. Big up to everyone that's just joined from United View. If you haven't already, click the like button. 5 likes away from 80 likes, if we can get there. And be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. As Chris Katz says, Owen, how'd you get here so far? Magic. Magic, you know what I mean? Like Marcel, travel in time. That's what happens. And Blue Dabba says, Braun too big to be doing those acrobatic jumps. Yeah, it's not for him. Not for him. Of course, Liv Morgan is set to face Bianca Belair's current tag team partner. I'm not really sure how you call it. Jade Cargill. She couldn't finish the job. That's right. And Raquel just messed up Kathy Kelly's hair. How could you? How dare you? Yes, coming up later on tonight. All three under the same roof. This has been building since the Royal Rumble, of course, when Punk eliminated both Rollins and Reigns, and then there was a brawl, and Rollins stomped on Reigns' head. Under one roof, Rollins, Reigns, Punk. It's going to lead to a triple threat match at WrestleMania, of course. Well, coming up, it's a member of the Secret Service. Yep, you heard it right. Secret Service. As it's going to be Zelina Vega versus Piper Niven. Alba Fire and the Women's United States Champion Chelsea Green accompanying Piper Niven. Alicia Taylor, she's doing the Samantha Irvin. Chelsea Green. I mean, just out of curiosity and out of interest, I mean, let me know what you think in the chat about this one. If we do get, I mean, we're going to get, but if we do get the triple threat between Punk and Reigns and Rollins, are we saying that main event's night one of WrestleMania? With what other matches potentially could be on the card? I mean, what we really have, obviously, we know the night two main event. Night two main event is Cena Rhodes. That's the main event of WrestleMania. That's the main event. Night one main event, it feels pretty open, doesn't it? I mean, I suppose you could say, maybe it should be one of the women's matches, but there's just not a lot of steam. We saw early on that Charlotte Flair, Tiffany Stratton interview segment was just kind of a mess. It'd be a good match, but it doesn't have the momentum to main event night one at the moment. The other women's match with Rhea, Bianca, Io, they've been good segments, but again, is there enough momentum? Like, what's the biggest match? What's the second biggest match of WrestleMania? And it probably would be in terms of star power. I mean, you kind of almost forget with Reigns. Not so much Punk; he's never main evented a WrestleMania, and Rollins, he's never really been, main event. He was last year, technically, I suppose, fair enough. And technically at WrestleMania 31, he cashed in, so he main evented. That was the last thing we saw. But Roman Reigns is probably got to be. I mean, the whole, as Jason says it is true. This has kind of been my feeling with this WrestleMania so far. Is I'm excited for it. Don't get me wrong. I'm excited for it because the Cena thing's been so big, and they've only scratched the surface. And also, what's exciting me about the Cena stuff is he's not retiring at WrestleMania. There's still time to go till he retires at the end of the year. So there's still legs in it. And I think it's still going to evolve. But you're right. I mean, that WrestleMania weekend really. It's built around John Cena versus Cody Rhodes, which I think is enough. You know what I mean? The event sells itself. John Cena's last WrestleMania, blah, blah, blah. I just think that's what it's going to be. I mean, I would be stunned if it's Jey Uso versus Gunther. I'm going to be honest with you. I would be stunned. I think that might be opening match of maybe night two. I just don't think they will do that. Again, you want to talk about a match that's got momentum. It's really, Jay's the matches, in terms of the matches, been struggling. I mean, because imagine as well with it. Forget that. Jey Uso versus Gunther happened in January, Saturday night's main event. Imagine if one of the main events of this year's WrestleMania, they gave away for free on network television earlier this year on Saturday night's main event. That would be wild. Absolutely wild. So I don't know. I think it's probably gonna. I think it probably will be Punk versus Reigns versus Rollins. And maybe we'll see how this segment goes tonight. If this segment feels big time, then it'd be like they've got no choice. Maybe that's what happens. We're 3 likes away from 80 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. As they're showing the replay of Braun Strowman versus Jacob Fatu. That has to be an opener. Jay versus Gunther, says Lil Yo-Yo. Coutinho says night 1 should be Jay versus Gunther. I just don't see it. I just don't see it. I feel like it might be opener night 2, maybe. And LA Knight came out. Miwan says, "Why didn't you come to Brussels, Owen?" I wish I could I could have gone to Brussels, but a bit of a way to travel and work, as we just saw when are they still going by the new bloodline? I guess they are. This was the Tama Tonga weird bump he took off the rope. I can't believe they left it in. So next week, we've got LA Knight versus Braun Strowman for next week. Uh-oh. God, look at the dust that came off all that. Jacob Fatu looks pretty pissed off. It looked like what? What it looked like? He's about to say he was going to lose. Trying to help. Trying to help you. You better watch it, Oos. Boy, you would not want to F with him, would you? He's a scary man. And that's, I'll tell you what that is. Seed being planted. Seed being planted there. 1 like away from 80 likes, guys. An Italian rapper called Anna. Can't say I know who. I don't know her. I don't know her. Don't know her. Oh, I'll tell you what, that reaction for Zelina Vega. Good grief. Oh, that was flat. Oh, I mean, that was one hell of a pin drop when Zelina Vega came out just then. Holy shit. That was, whoa. That was like nothing, wasn't it? Wow. Well, the only way's up from that, Zelina, I'll be honest, because that was not a reaction you were looking for. Let's be honest. Wow. Yeah, you're right. What reaction? Yeah, it was one of those, wasn't it, matey lad? Like, good Lord. But, yeah, David, you're right. She did get the rapper got more of a pop than Zelina. Yeah. Oh, the Winter Olympics is in February of next year in Milano. Nice. Big up Skoda, says big up Owen, subbed. Appreciate you joining the WN365 family. Oh, slap by Zelina Vega. Ducks the clothesline. Of course, this is a rematch from the final of the inaugural Queen's Crown tournament. Finals of which were crowned during 2021, I believe it was. It was a Queen's Crown tournament that was, to be honest, just a bit of a mess. I think every match was like under 5 minutes. Goes into the corner. Kick to the gut. Vega going for it. Floats over. Look at this. Piper Niven just in control. Shoulder tackle. Sends Zelina Vega down again. Another shoulder tackle. Oh, kick to the face. Zelina jumping on the back of Piper. Viper Piper. I mean, this match really is the epitome of, look, we got 3 hours to fill. You know what I mean? We got 3 hours to fill. We got to do something. Oof. Stomp to the gut. Oh, managed to float under. Forearm. And again. Got to go for the punches in the corner. How is your Italian counting? Hey, that's how you get people into the match. Do the punches in the corner. That's all you can do. Oh, I just saw a Haribo logo. Now I'm thinking of sweets. Oh, look at this. Oh, just slams her down. Does Piper Niven. Viper Piper. The SmackDown's going to continue after commercial. Obviously, for us on Netflix, we'll get to watch it through. They'll be back in 2.5 minutes. I do like that they do that. I do like that's a good feature. You know exactly how long the breaks are going to be. It's excellent. Moran says, Owen, they scammed us in Brussels. They made us believe there would be a segment between Roman, Punk, and Rollins. And normally Punk was announced for Brussels. Yeah, well, initially he was announced, wasn't he? Then I think a few weeks before, he was pulled from it. He was pulled from the show. And the last couple of segments, I mean, Friday on SmackDown last week, Paul Heyman came out and basically went, no one's here next week. And Rollins came up Monday on Raw and was like, still no one's here. Look at those European football legacy title belts. What? Right, I'm scanning this because I tried to find the United one the other day and I couldn't find it anywhere, which was bullshit. Scan. Right, let's have a look, folks. Reject. So I can see an Aston Villa one, a Spurs one, a title. Celtic, Paris Saint-Germain, Rangers, West Ham, Juventus, Man City, Inter Milan, AC Milan. See, they're not on there. I can't find them. I can't find the Man United one. Well, if I go onto the WWE actual shop, because that was Euroshop, WWEshop.com. Still see if I can't. find these. Right, Chelsea, Spurs, AC Milan, Celtic, Inter Milan, Manchester City, Juventus, Rangers, West Ham, Dortmund, Aston Villa, Paris Saint-Germain. The Man United ones aren't there. This is bullshit. They were on the graphic, weren't they? They were on the initial release graphic, not the one that was on screen a minute ago. But I mean, when the announcement was made that they were going to be doing them, Manchester United was on there. And for some reason, probably the Glazers or Ineos, you would have thought, Man United would be all over that. Money. We make money. How can you? Yeah, Louis is right. How can you fumble the WWE bag? Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't even really want to buy one, but again, I feel like I'd have to. Like, just the credibility would just be needed. I mean, I've got to do. I'd have to do United View shows with a Manchester United WWE Championship. Of course, I would have to do that. I would have to. But you know, no, they can't find them anywhere. Initially, I thought, oh, they're not on there because they've just been so quickly sold out. But I couldn't even find them on any website. And Vega thrown into the corner. Uyo says, oh, and that about symbolizes your current career. You have to buy. Exactly. You know what I mean? It literally, you know, it's the fusion of the two, isn't it? Man United, wrestling. About comes out. I got to. I have to. This match is going long, isn't it, as well? Very long. Jadine says this match is dead. Coutinho says Salford, Trafford, Stretford United, be in there. It's hilarious. Shows where the club is now. You would think Edward would be all over it. He'd have the players come out wearing them. Obviously. This is a $1 million dream, yeah. And the Glasgow Kiss by Piper Niven and Zelina Vega. The match is, like I said, getting a lot of time. 6 likes away from 90 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. As Piper Niven sends Vega into the corner. Wow. Piper just did that to a bunch of Italians. Pretty risky, Piper. Pretty risky stuff. What's Piper going to go for here? Elbows. Goes for a boot in the corner. Oof. Big slap. Go for this. Look at this. Military press. Oh. Goes into a sleeper. It's a choke, sort of a backpack sleeper. And Piper trying to fight out of this. But she can't. Floki says you would have to get customized wrestling Prem or Champions League trophy. Got to win one first. That's why I'd buy the title belt. Get that one quicker. Oh, look at this. It's like a version of like a octopus / crucifix. I think it's like an octopus hold. Yeah, it's not a fully octopus hold. Well, we've just cut to black, which usually means wardrobe malfunction. And kicks out. Cover by Vega. And Piper kicks out. Crowd. Well, the reaction from the crowd. I think it's more for the 2 count because they've got their own version of the sort of French samplement deux. What's Vega going for here? Knees in the corner. Sort of meteor to the back of the head. Vega climbing up top. A meteor that took a lifetime to hit the canvas. 2. And Piper kicks out. I'm telling you, this match is getting time. Let's go. This match is getting a lot of time, isn't it? Vega gonna go for code red. No. Gonna go for 619, perhaps. No. Gets up, counters. Oh, DDT. Is this gonna be it? Oh, it kicks out. Oh, the crowd was into that one. They've got him going. Chelsea Green's now talking some smack to Zelina. Oh my God, she just nearly punched her head off. Well, we got another blackout. I think we're having serious wardrobe malfunctions are going on here because we're getting a lot of black screen. Oh, what a crossbody! Good grief! 3, and Piper never wins. Oh, well, we got there in the end, didn't we? Oh, it was a bit chaotic, wasn't it? But Piper Niven gets the win. A heck of a crossbody to finish things off. There's a big kick to Alba Fire. And look at this. Crossbody. Piper Niven gets the win. A victory for Viper Piper. Secret Hervis. We're going to see a replay of what happened on Raw. John Cena and Cody Rhodes. I'll see that a replay of that segment from Monday. It was a lot of fun, wasn't it? Very much a lot of fun. Matty Lad says, is the crossbody a finisher now after Jay? It was a spear, brother. It was a spear in an 11-second match. Although we did say, didn't we, watching that it felt like time had been cut from that match, and found that was indeed the case because Cena's segment went long. Not that there was any problem with that. Steffi Jenks says that was a rough watch, but they were supporting Zelina in the end. They were. They managed. To their credit, they did work very hard to make that happen, didn't they? To get the crowd into that one, which is the most they can do. Absolutely. We're 14 likes away from 100 likes. So if you haven't already, click the like button. Be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. We're 6 subscribers away from 19,400. Just 6. Just 6. Look at that. Just 6 away from 19,400. Jadine says, sorry, Punk segment on Raw Post Chamber is the best this year. The bold fraud one when he called and when he they called the Rock a bold fraud. I saw a tweet and it was so true. That sort of said, if that Punk segment was like 12 months earlier, the clip of Punk saying, you bold fraud, would have got so much play in the Manchester United community, you have no idea. That meme would have become massive. Massive on Manchester United Twitter. Someone screaming, you bold fraud. It would have got so much playtime. You have no idea. I mean, on another level, that would have been. But can't really use it. Can't really use it now. So, yeah. Oof. That would have been, we'd have seen that, a lot of that. Boanza says, Owen, Cena segment might be the best type of performance of an artist I've ever seen in my life. I mean, I mentioned this during the watch-along on Monday. That was the perfect example talk about 25 years worth of equity. Everyone knows John Cena. Everyone's invested in his character. And he had him there. Absolutely there. Palm of the hand stuff. Didn't even have to say anything. Didn't have to do anything. And the crowd were going crazy. The promo was great. I did think it was odd that there was no reference at all to The Rock. And some reports suggest that was by design. It would be wild to me if The Rock randomly came back to do this whole, like, yeah, I can do it going into WrestleMania. Can't wrestle a match, but I can be back and we'll do a couple of promos and whatever. And cool. All right, cool. Yeah, whatever you want to do, Dwayne. And then like 2 weeks later, no, I can't do it anymore. That would be wild. I still think surely he shows up at WrestleMania. Maybe they're just trying to do it like The Rock was never meant to be. The Rock was never meant to be massively involved in that. It was just to lay the groundwork so Cena could turn heel. Maybe that's what the reason is. I don't know. But that was quite interesting. Lil Yo-Yo says, on a side note, Owen, have you been watching Devon Dudley's YouTube channel? I haven't seen a load of his videos, but a lot of ex-wrestlers, I think they might be run by the same people. Because obviously you've got Mavens, you've got Devons, you've got Eugenes, I think you've got Buff Bagwell's. They've all kind of got the same format as well. So I think there's just like the same person runs all of that. As we see that reaction, that shot of him standing on the WWE logo, silent, while the crowd was going crazy on Monday. It was just, a guy ripping up. The best thing is the kid in the Cena shirt who shouts, "I love you." And then John's like, this is part of the problem. These are the problem. He's been the victim of an abusive relationship. Look how old those pictures are. Ruthless aggression, John. He changed. Again, the fact that that's like 23 years ago to me is just mind-blowing. Like, mind-blowing. You know, when you're younger and like people, and you hear like older people say like, it goes by so quickly, all this kind of stuff, and you go, I don't know what you're talking about. That John Cena debuts 23 years ago. I remember where I was when I was watching it. It's when SmackDown used to air on a Saturday and Sky One. I remember watching that show. Oh. You only care about yourselves. Moan says, my best friend beside me was a lifelong Cena fan, almost cried throughout the promo. Bloom says they definitely told Cena to hold back on Cody. I felt like it but the fact that Cena didn't retort and Cody kind of came out and kind of bitched him out, I was like, I was waiting for John to do the whole fine speech thing, because what a promo segment. What a video package this is, by the way. I'm breaking up with you. I'm telling you now, folks, this Cena heel run for the final year of his career is going to be epic, because he is going to win the championship at WrestleMania. He's going to break the record, and he's going to shove it down everyone's throat. And then from that until maybe like November time, he's going to turn babyface before he finishes up. But this Cena's run as a heel this year is going to be, to quote Vince McMahon, and I don't like doing that, is there's some real good shit. This is such good shit is what it's going to be. It's going to be on another level. I'm telling you. Because, like, you're right. When he gets to really say what he wants on the mic, because John's, like, honestly, John Cena does not get enough credit for the level of promo he is. You know, when people talk about best promos ever, obviously they'll talk about Flair, they'll talk about Austin, they'll talk about Rock, they'll talk about Punk. For some reason, John Cena doesn't get mentioned as much. John Cena is one of the best promo guys ever. And he's had to deal with some really shitty material through his career. Through the PG era, through the 2010s with Vince McMahon. I'm telling you. He will be on another level this year. Another level. Because he's going to get 25, well, at least like a decade's worth of material into 12 months. I mean, we saw how good of a promo John Cena was when he feuded with The Rock. He had The Rock stuttering, tripping over his words. He couldn't hang with him. He could not hang with him. Another level. Undisputed WWE Championship. John Cena, Cody Rhodes. Well, Wade Barrett did mention the final boss there, so that's something. We're 2 likes away from... Oh, we got confirmation. There we go. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. It's official for WrestleMania. I mean, they've been working with each other for like close to a year now. I mean, they faced Logan Paul at last year's WrestleMania in the Triple Threat, didn't they? So that match is now official. Randy Orton versus Kevin Owens. Jade Cargill got a haircut. Different look for Jade. Tonight, she has a match against Liv Morgan. Is she feeling ready? Oh, got that wrong, Kathy. Being your first opponent. She wants to try it. Disrespect her. Run the mouth. Naomi, all eyes are on you. Just a little preview of what she's going to do. Gosh, look, Kathy Kelly up and down. What did she do? Loyo says definitely not a haircut. Oh. Extensions. Kind of thing. I'm just worried about just trying to keep hold of my hair, let alone changing it. Bloody hell. I'm like Ange Postecoglou. I'm playing with a high line. Blue Monster says Liv is the most unlucky superstar for this WrestleMania season. What's her WrestleMania spot? Yeah, I don't know. Probably some kind of tag, maybe, with Raquel Rodriguez. But you're right, she's been unlucky. I mean, she literally, on Raw, carried the division for the majority of the year as the Women's World Champion. Gets right into WrestleMania season, drops the championship, then nothing to do. Very unlucky. You're not wrong. Again, there might be some kind of tag team thing that happens. We're 1 like away from 90 likes, which is amazing. And we're still 6 subscribers away from 19,400 as the jingle plays as we're in commercial on Netflix. I can't even listen to it. I can't. I can't listen. I can't listen to the commercial jingle. Can't do it. Wanda says, "Oh, will Randy still be around to turn on his old legacy?" But they've got to do it. They're going to do that at some point, aren't they? Cody versus Randy. That's got to be the plan. I mean, it feels like they've been waiting and sort of saving it. I mean, what do you think? SummerSlam, perhaps? Randy versus Cody could happen at SummerSlam. Remember, it's a 2-night thing, and maybe Randy versus Cody at SummerSlam. Maybe that's the main event of night 1 of SummerSlam, and then night 2. I'd tell you what, I'd love to see John Cena versus CM Punk main event night 2 of SummerSlam. They main event at SummerSlam back in 2011. That's when it was champion versus champion, Summer of Punk. CM Punk won. Cena's foot was on the bottom rope. Triple H didn't see it. Then they just had this bizarre Kevin Nash came out, and Alberto Del Rio, of all people, cashed in his Money in the Bank briefcase. And you had Michael Cole on commentary stuttering, Kevin Nash. Booker T's excellent analysis of that's my big homie, and okay, but that whole year was epic. Or of course, you do it at Money in the Bank. Maybe you do it at Money in the Bank. We did it on the today's news video that it's going to be at the Intuit Dome in California, where the Raw Netflix premiere was hosted. So, and maybe it makes more sense actually to do Punk versus Cena at Money in the Bank. I mean, it's the most famous match in the history of the Money in the Bank premium live event, isn't it? If you said name one match from a Money in the Bank PLE or pay-per-view, you go, well, Cena Punk 2011 Chicago. It's the match from that. Obviously, there's been a million Money in the Bank matches, but that's the one you associate with that pay-per-view. So to do that, how many years later would that be? Like 14 years later? That would be something. Maybe that's what it would have to be. But then SummerSlam, it's in the stadium. You know, perhaps. Oh, we're getting Aleister Black vignette, folks. Still the number 4. Cryptic. Oh, that's 3. That was a 3, was it not? I saw a 3. No, there was another teaser for Aleister Black. He's on his way back to WWE. As Jade Cargill versus Liv Morgan is up next. And Blue Dabba Dabba says, did you see the Randy Orton tweet helping a guy get a girl? I don't know if it actually helped him get the girl, but I did see that. You know, you reference 09 Orton. For 09 Randy Orton, another level. He was psychotic. As the sign says, Italy is live. Cadena says, I thought that teaser was for Rey Fenix. Now, that one's for Aleister Black. The Rey Fenix one is like the orange one with a luchador. Oh, have you seen this? Someone's painted the Mona Lisa as Liv Morgan. Look at that. The Liv-a-Lisa. The Liv-a-Lisa. The Mona Livia. Hey, wrestling fans are brilliant. Yeah? Wrestling fans are the best. How can you beat that? That is dedication. Dedication to the craft, dedication to the cause. It's that level of creativity that wrestling fans have. You cannot beat it. Big up to everyone. We hit 90 likes, which is amazing. 10 more into 100. And this is kind of what you guys were saying in the chat, wasn't it? Is that, you know, Liv Morgan gets this kind of reaction. She's this popular and doesn't feel like she's sort of featured in when it comes to WrestleMania, does it? Which is kind of wild. This is a good entrance. Jade Cargill's entrance is very good. The storm is coming. It's a heck of an entrance. Got the silhouette. She's got the fake snow. She stole it from Sting. Who stole it from, was it Glacier in WCW? Blood runs cold. Let's see if Jade Cargill's extra work at the WWE Performance Center has helped her out. If they felt like certainly in the tag team stuff with Bianca Belair, they were trying to protect her because a couple of their tag team matches weren't very pretty. Okay. Wade Barrett's going crazy on commentary. Jadine says, no interference. Possible. Bloom says, I take it Jade is a big fan of Storm from X-Men. She could certainly play the character, couldn't she? I don't know how good her acting is. She got the look for it. She's cosplayed as Storm, you know, a few times. Liv Morgan booing her. Referee wants Liv Morgan in the ring. Obviously, I mean, goes without saying, unbelievable look. I mean, there's a reason WWE wanted her from AEW, and there's a reason, no doubt, she's probably got a big contract. Because as Lil Yo-Yo says, Jade Cargill is money. If they can, work on the in-ring, then another level. Oh, big forearm. But I will say it's one of those ones, sometimes you get that narrative where it's like, oh, I can't believe AEW fumbled Jade Cargill. They really didn't. She wanted to go to WWE because with her look and, with her appearance, she could be just a far bigger star in WWE. You know what I mean? She just can. Oh, Liv goes for Oblivion. Oh, dropped down to one knee. I went for that pump kick. Liv moved out the way. Liv going for that code breaker. Just caught. That middle of the ring. Fall away slam. And a kip up by Cargill. Impressive showing so far. No, Raquel's leaving. Says I'm off. Says we don't need this. Jade Cargill trying to chase down Liv. Oh, big forearm right to the back. Liv Morgan's been pretty beat up, by the way, on in the last few weeks. I think she put some pictures on Instagram or social media. She's been covered in bumps, bruises, scrapes, cuts, all for the love of the game. And that's wrestling, not Triple H. Oh, that's a cool camera angle, isn't it? I like that one. You don't show that often. Kind of a different hard cam they got there. I went for a step up knee. She's going to get power bombed. Cover. And Liv kicks out. But Jade Cargill in total control. And we're going to see going after Raquel Rodriguez, who was doing the there's a back cracker. Oof. Complexion changed. As we'll be going to commercial. JR says, have you got the England game in the background? I've got a separate screen. Yes, I've got a separate screen. So I can watch that. No problem. Yeah, Liv Morgan just lifting the title. Oh, roll up. Liv kicks out. Goes for the cover. Kick out one by Jade. Leo says, I must say Jade looks a lot more competent. Defo improved. I mean, I think the real test of a good worker, and we saw this before with Jade in the tag matches she had with Bianca Belair, is that if you're following the plan and every spot goes the way it should, then that's easy. It's when something happens that isn't supposed to happen, how do you react to that? I remember, I think it was Clash at the Castle for the Scottish one in Glasgow, where she went to do the sort of springboard over the top rope and she tripped. And then the match fell apart after that. She didn't know what to do after it. She just completely fell apart. So when you're in there with someone like Liv, who's done a lot, then it's not too bad. You're only as good as your dance partner in there. Got Liv just sauntering around the ring. Oof, big reverse elbow by Cargill. And a big boot. Ducks under. And there was that code breaker. And kicks out at 2. I'm trying to figure out what the Italian version is of Samplemonde. It's interesting sometimes as well that you can hear the conversations that are happening in the ring when they do that. Jaden says so much better than that Niven fight. I mean, you're not wrong, to be fair. This crowd's into it, and that goes to show, isn't it? You've got 2 people in there, certainly one in Liv, but definitely there in Jade as well, that the crowd care about and the crowd are invested. That's the whole thing. If the crowd care about who's in the ring, then you don't have to do that much. The action's almost not secondary, but it's easier. That's why people, legends, when they come back, they don't have to do all of these spots because crowds they'll go crazy to watch them do a punch. That's a cool camera angle, that one, isn't it? You can see the staging area. Excellent stuff. Jade Cargill gets back to her feet. Backs up Liv in the corner. Oh, big kick. What's Liv going to go for here? Maybe a tornado DDT? No. Suplex. Going to go for 3 amigos. How dare you? How dare you? Going to go for a third. The trifecta. 3 amigos. Oh, step up Enziguri kick. Well, version of a Shining Wizard, actually. I tell you what, no doubt. These two, they've got chemistry. Oh, brilliant. Look at that. Oblivion transferred and countered into a German suplex. Beautiful spot, that. They've got chemistry, these two. No doubt about it. One of the better Jade singles matches I've seen her have in WWE. Kip up by Cargill again. Clothesline. So Jade's going to be firing up a little bit. Oh, just through. I tell you what, Liv Morgan, she's great Salah, isn't she? Liv, great Salah. And that's what you need. If you're a Jade Cargill-esque, sort of powerhouse, you need someone that can sell. That's exactly what Liv does. Splash in the corner. Oh, the crowd are very into this one. Spine buster by Jade Cargill too. Excellent stuff so far. And this is when it just goes to show that, when the crowd went into that Zelina Vega Piper Niven one earlier on, it wasn't because it was, it's a women's match, they're not into it or whatever. It just wasn't a good match. Oh, look at that. Version of like a TKO that was. As the crowd chants, Mamma Mia. How many times Jade Cargill want to do a nip-up in this match? It's done it like 3 times. They went for a cover. Maybe no need for the nip-up then if you're going to go straight for the cover. Psychology. But I'm not going to lie. This might be Jade's best match since her debut. Oh, there's Naomi. Naomi is distracted. Oh, no. Oblivion catches. Oh, changes it into a backbreaker. Oh, she just grabbed Naomi by the... oh, she's here with the championship. I don't know how much she actually hit her with it. I think she almost nearly missed. But Jade Cargill's down. She's stirring, as Wade Barrett points out. Now Oblivion. Oh, I'll tell you what. And Liv Morgan has defeated Jade Cargill. Wow. Well, there were some rumors that she had a bit of heat, wasn't there? Yeah, Jade Cargill's got a bit of heat. And they were like, how do you, when you've got heat, what do? You do jobs, brother. Do jobs. I'll tell you what, that's the right decision. You could have just gone with, look, Liv's bulletproof. She doesn't need to lose or whatever. She can lose, it's fine. But Jade was protecting. That was a good match. A really good match. Now, this is what like a mid-card feud should feel like, shouldn't it? Like if this was over the United States Championship or the Intercontinental Championship on Raw, you would go, well, that makes sense. What's she going for here? Oh, a version of a Heat Seeker. They'll be mocking Jade. Oof. Cargill just bounced off the announce table. And Cargill down on the floor. See, when I see this is when I go, oh, okay, this can be a WrestleMania match. Good angle. Good angle. Cargill had a good match there as well. It's just going back to see when Damian Priest was attacked by Drew McIntyre. Look at those. And I'll tell you what, these were firm and stiff right hands, weren't they? Look at that. Boom. Big Claymore. Ouch. And then Damian Priest with the eyes. Like that. As Drew McIntyre leaving the arena. By the way, that was Jade Cargill's first singles match since 2023. She'd never been pinned before. And I think that was her best match. And I think it was the right finish. McIntyre says that's his stupid voice. You're not capable of doing it. Explain how he's wrong. He does only tell the truth, Drew. That's what he does. Tough as you are, stupid. Arrivederci. Who's this? Oh, it's Seth Rollins. Look what he's wearing. My God. Look at what Seth is wearing. He's wearing a duvet cover. Look at his glasses as well. I mean, what? He's now a blue oven mitt. Now that's still to come. Under one roof. They're coming up next. Oh, coming up next is the tag team champions. I was gonna say. We're here from the WWE tag team champions. That's coming up next. Signs of the night. I mean, we're really filling time, aren't we? We're really filling time. We're doing signs of the night. It's like going back to the Attitude Era all over again, isn't it? Signs can't be a good sign. We got a super chat from JR. Appreciate the super chats. They really do mean a lot here at WN365. Really does help out. Says, who is your WWE Mount Rushmore? Let us know in the chat as well. You know what's hard with Mount Rushmores of stuff is that the longer that time goes on, more people could be added to it. I think... I mean, if you're going to say specifically WWE, that does help because you can leave off some WCW people, I think. You've got to say... you've got to have Austin on there. I think, as much as I wouldn't want to, I think you have to have Hogan on there just for the fact that, WWE as it is today doesn't exist without Hogan in the 80s. So you're looking at maybe Hogan, Rock, Cena, Austin, maybe. I think you probably look at that as for like the four in modern WWE history. I mean, wow. To be honest, maybe I take out one of them and I'd have like Bruno Sammartino on there. I mean that's the WWF in the sort of 60s into the 70s. I mean that pre-Hogan, it's the company that Bruno built. There's a brilliant interview, kayfabe commentaries Sean Oliver did with Bruno Sammartino whilst he was still alive. He did a timeline through like the 60s into the 70s. It's fascinating. Absolutely fascinating. I would recommend it. Go and watch it on their YouTube channel. But I think you have to become a member to get access to the vault. But it's brilliant. Brilliant. So maybe I take off Hulk and I put Bruno on there because I don't want to have Hulk Hogan on the Mount Rushmore, perhaps. Maybe. But yeah, it's so good, honestly. That interview with Bruno and Sean Oliver is something else. Janine says Rock, Punk, Cena, Austin, Taker. It's got to be four. Got to lose one. Batista, CM Punk, Undertaker, Edge, Triple H, Batista, Randy, Cena. Says that channel has some gold. It does. Jay says Rock, Stone Cold, Hogan, Cena. Isaac says, hey, Owen, you would be here on Monday for Raw. I won't on Monday. That's the only one I'm missing. I'm not going to be here this coming Monday because I'm at an awards ceremony for UV. So I'll be on Monday for the watch along on the post show. We'll be back Friday for that. And then after that, they go back. They go back to the States, I think, then. And I'm still weighing up which ones I'm going to do because I will do a few American time. I will, heading into WrestleMania. And obviously coming out of Mania, I'm going to do Raw after Mania as well. And obviously going to do WrestleMania, going to do SmackDown before WrestleMania. But basically for a week, I'm just not going to sleep, I think. I think that's what I'm going to go for. But big up to Jay. Appreciate the super chat and appreciate the discussion in the chat. Oh, yeah, they announced today the Slammies are back. Slammies are going to be WrestleMania weekend. Jadine, one of our members of the WN365 roster, says Rock, Punk, Austin, Cena. Lil Yo-Yo says Undertaker, Austin, HBK, and The Rock. Something jokes, do you only go out for award shows? Maybe. I want to leave the house. As we're just seeing the Street Profits last week winning the WWE Tag Team Championships. This was a weird one because the match was good, but it did just feel a bit sort of flat. Maybe it was just me. But, I mean, the tag titles have moved around a little bit on SmackDown, haven't they? or it's DIY, Street Profits, Motor City Machine Guns. Maybe we'll get towards like a multi-person. Maybe we'll get towards a multi-person, multi-team rather match at WrestleMania. Maybe a ladder match. Maybe get the Hardys in it. Imagine that. Imagine the Street Profits versus Motor City Machine Guns versus DIY versus the Hardys. Or maybe Pretty Deadly. I mean, they're still number one contenders, aren't they? I think. They did win a couple of the opportunity a few weeks ago, did they not? I believe they did. Please welcome the new WWE Tag Team Champions, the Street Profits. Isaac says, I'm staying at home next Friday afternoon to watch SmackDown US time. You can join us then. Oh. We've got new music. Got new music. Look at this. New music, which the crowd did not recognize at all. So, new music alert for the WWE Tag Team Champions. I don't know if the crowd are really feeling the new music. They're a bit quiet for it. It feels like I'm on a sort of I should be sort of waiting for WWE 2K25 to sort of come up on the menu screen. You know what I mean? That's what it feels like. Or there's a thing on the screen that will say, tutorial. Press circle to use an Irish whip. I do like that they've switched back to sort of the old school WWE tag team titles, though. It's gonna take a while to get used to that one, I feel like. Definitely gonna take a while to get used to the new theme, I think. Or it feels like when you walk into a gym and it just feels like there's sort of generic music playing and you're not sure what it is. You're like, what is this song? That's what it feels like. I've just walked into the dumbbell room to have a go on the free weights. That's what it kind of feels like. We're going to get a promo from the tag team champions, it looks like. Crowd chant, you deserve it. I didn't pay attention to music at the gym, headphones in. I mean, I do that too. Yeah, I do that. For the first time in 4 years, new WWE Tag Team Champions. New champions. What are we saying? They're going to get interrupted by Pretty Deadly, perhaps? Crowd are into it. It's about damn time. Angelo Dawkins once again with a sue. He did it last week. Yeah, he's a Real Madrid fan. He did the sue last week, so I guess that's now his thing. Hey, you got to be careful. Cristiano's property, mate. Intellectual property. I'm sure he's probably got it trademarked. You want to get into Hulk Hoyland trouble? Crowd chant, you deserve it. Don't deserve the sue, though. I mean, the championships, yes. But not the sue. Exactly, yes, he is. He is a Real Madrid fan. Jadine says, disrespecting Ronaldo like Rasmus. The disrespect. Peaks and valleys, highs and lows. Always count on his brother. Turn on him, Montez. Turn on him, Montez. Well, there is Legado del Fantasma with Los Garzas. With well, look at Santos. Look at Santos Escobar with the Italian. Yeah. Street Profits finally capture gold. Beautiful. Too bad it's going to end abruptly. They're pissed, just like them. Well, here come Pretty Deadly. There's a lot of tag teams on SmackDown, isn't there? Well, I tell you what, the Yes Boy catchphrase might be one of the most annoying ones ever. You know what I mean? It really might. Ugh. And you know what's difficult with the British accent? Sometimes it's difficult. It's difficult to cut a good promo, isn't it? You know what I mean? Sometimes it's a bit not amazing. He wanted an apology. This is personal. Pretty Dilly, stay out of it. It's quite hilarious as well that Santos Escobar still has a LWO tattoo on his hand as well. Santos and his team look a bit feisty. In Bologna, Italy, cheap pop. Mick Foley somewhere smiling with his gappy teeth. As tonight, let's get Loco Chico. They want the smoke. It is wild still how, a singles push for Montez Ford hasn't happened. And by all accounts, the reason it hasn't happened is just because he doesn't want Angelo Dawkins to be left in the lurch. I think Dawkins would be all right, though. I mean, he's not going to be main event level stuff, but Montez Ford, right, go make yourself some money. This is, it's not called show friends, it's called show business, brother. JR with another super chat, big up, says, who are your 5 biggest flops in WWE/WWF? What are you defining as flops? Are you saying people that came in with high expectations and it didn't work out, or just gimmicks that just never happened? Biggest flops. Well, Lil Yo, Buff Bagwell, definitely. Buff Bagwell, you could definitely say that. Maybe first run Goldberg, first year Goldberg, 2003. So bad that he didn't come back for like, was it how many years? It was until he came back, like 13 years. You could say Sting. I don't, but it wasn't his fault. That was bad booking, and then he got hurt. AEW Sting objectively was cool. I liked AEW. AEW Sting was mental. But WWE Sting, fair. Post WCW Scott Steiner in WWE, that was a flop. There's a theme here, isn't there? People from other companies. But that was definitely a flop. Obviously, you could do like the shitty 90s gimmicks. Mantar, the Goon, Duke the Dumpster Drozy. Who else could you had during that period of time? Who was the guy? He was like a magician. He had one match on Raw. I remember who it was. But yeah. There's quite a few, isn't there? Jadine says, pretty deadly, just pretty dead. Heidenreich. Oh, did you see that clip? There's the clip of him with Michael Cole. It's just mad. Absolutely mad. Red Devils 99 says Montez over Uso. Oh, this is the Rey Fenix one. Oh, by the way, that is so Rey Fenix. that is so Rey Fenix. I mean, it's not even hiding that it's Rey Fenix anymore. With the Aleister Black ones, it's a bit more cryptic, and you go, "Oh, I know who that is. That's Rey Fenix." Sin Cara, yeah, original Sin Cara, Mystico, yeah. Kizani, yeah. Yeah, Sin Cara, original Sin Cara, Mystico was a bit of a flop because he just kept doing botches. Then he got suspended. And then he had that. They tried to pair him with Rey Mysterio in a tag team, didn't they, for a while? And then remember that match when he did the suicide dive and then he broke his fingers. His finger was like pointing in the wrong direction. Nathan Jones. I mean, they tried pairing him with the Undertaker. What a chop that is! Oh wow, what a kick by Humberto Carrillo. Whoa. In comes Angel Garza. Oof. Red Devils 99 says Ryback. Osama is right, though. 2012 to 2013 Ryback was actually over. He was legitimately popular. And what they screwed that up with is it was meant to be Cena versus Punk at Hell in a Cell in 2012. Cena got hurt, and they put Ryback in that match when he was never ready for it, and he was going to lose because there was no plans to take the title off Punk, and they had Ryback lose. And the whole push was that he never loses. He's like a new Goldberg. And then after that, they just started rushing stuff, and Goldberg and Ryback's also crazy. So that was the problem with that. But there was a slither in time where he was popular and classic, Vince booking. They needed a main event for a pay-per-view. So they were like, Ryback versus Punk. And he was never ready for it. And CM Punk would tell you that several times on podcasts. He doesn't like Ryback and he wasn't ready for it. Garza charges in the corner. Montez Ford moves out the way. We're 5 likes away from 100 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button. And be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. Dawkins with the tagged in by Montez Ford. Oof. Don't you think also it's what's wild? It's like, again, like the more you watch this show, like it really does. This show really does have no business being a 3-hour show, does it? Like it really does have no business being 3 hours, this show. Like, oh my God. And the mad thing is, the main event's going to involve 2 Raw superstars. It's going to have Punk and Rollins in there with Roman Reigns. My goodness. The time that SmackDown will go back to 2 hours later on this year can't come soon enough, can it? Jadine says Montez Ford really deserves a push. United love. It's going that way with Theory. He should be US Intercontinental Champion, or at least in that picture. Matty says there is no need for it to be this long at all. I know, it's just, again, it's that USA Network money, because nothing else would get ratings like wrestling. Of course, the thing is as well is that, WWE is a television company at this point. WWE don't even run loads of live events anymore. Back in the day, the idea that WWE not running that many house shows would have been just insanity. So again, behind the referee's back, Los Garza getting involved. And now Dawkins been choked over the middle rope. Oh, and Santos Escobar also getting involved. There's Italian crowd all over Los Garzas. Blue Monster says they're smart for leaving the Seth Roman Punk promo last because I would have checked out long ago. I think that's probably their thought process. You know what I mean? Monday night, they were like, well, we'll put Cena on first because everyone wants to see that, and the crowd will be red hot. This time it's the other way around, isn't it? Them going, look, to be honest, we've got nothing for this show. we've not got a lot planned for this SmackDown. Punk, Seth, Roman, we'll give you time at the last segment. We'll give you a lot of time. Because we've got nothing. we got nothing else for the rest of the show. Because even that Randy Orton Kevin Owens opening segment was really just like Kevin going, we should tag. And Orton goes, no. All right, we're going to have a match at WrestleMania. Okay. That was it. It's the ropes drop kick by Angel Garza. Cover. And Dawkins kicks out. Santos Escobar cutting a frustrated figure at ringside, isn't he? Braun Strowman, number 1 contender for the United States Championship. I think probably to be fair, probably match of the night. Probably match of the night was actually Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill. That was actually a good match. Oof. These right hands. But with the scoop slam. Oh, wow. Beautiful moonsault by Garza. You've got a standing ovation from the crowd as well. Or kick to the leg. Red Devils 99 says, every time during draft, I hear reports, no crossovers from now on, strictly to one brand. Rule lasts 1 month. Yeah, They can never stick to a brand split. They never will. I think this is what they will have, roughly now, which is this like loose thing. Loose brand split is the most they'll ever do. United Love says, growing up Raw, SmackDown, even he had quality matches and storyline. Now, even with arguably more talented athletes, we just get 2 hours of filler. And this is why, when... Oh, look at that. Kicks, broken up by Montez Ford. When it was announced that Raw was going from 3 hours to 2 before they finished up on USA Network last year, I was stunned to see people complaining on social media. They were like going, I can't believe it. Raw's actually got good for 3 hours, blah, blah, blah. And I was thinking, are you fucking kidding me? We've been complaining for a decade that Raw's been 3 hours. And now SmackDown's gone to 3, and everyone's like, the quality's dipped. Yes, because you can't have a weekly 3-hour wrestling show. It doesn't work. It's never worked. England scored, by the way, 2-0, Harry Kane. A great goal. Montez Ford duck down, hits the ropes. Clothesline. Future champion. Montez Ford. Oh, floats over. What an athlete. Big right hand by Ford. Montez Ford going up top rope. Rolls through. Spine buster. And Carrillo kicks out. I swear, every time we cut to Santos Escobar at ringside, he's becoming more and more disheveled, isn't he? Oh, kick. We're going to maybe have a double team from the top rope here. What are they going for here? What is this? What are they going for here? This is going to be a madness. Oh, he lands on his feet. Montez Ford lands on his feet. And look at the shock from Angel Garza and Humberto Carrillo. Look at this crowd going nuts. Hey, Montez Ford. I know you just become tag team champion, but... Crowd chanting Mamma Mia. And Angel Garza's hanging over the top rope for ages. Oh, kicks out. Well, these matches get a lot of time, don't they? Because it's like we said earlier on with the Piper Niven versus Zelina Vega match. Some of these matches get more time because that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to fill the time. Crowd chant, this is awesome. Oh, ducks under. Drop kick to Dawkins. Look at that. Do you know what I like about Joe Tessitore? Is it's still obvious that he's still coming to try and figure out what some of the moves are called, but he doesn't take away from the action. He still manages to describe it. Off. Santos Escobar goes down. It's another suit. He is doing it every week. It's gimmick infringement, brother. Oh, what a jump over the top. Montez Ford going up to the top, to the heavens. Frog splash. That'll be it. And the Street Profits get the win. The Street Profits with their new theme. Look at this. Frog splash. Good grief. 3 likes away from 100 likes, guys. If you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe as well whilst you're at it. Look at this. Look at that crowd. Uh-oh. Who's about to arrive? This looks very Reigns-ish to me. Ah, yes. It's the wise man. Paul Heyman. Now, he ran into the cameraman. He ran into Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman ran into the cameraman. Oh, I'm so pissed off that I'm missing Monday. Because I'm not going to see the Cena stuff. I'm not going to see Cena in Glasgow. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Oh, I've got to turn the sound off. Can't be having the dun 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 dun. Lilio says, don't be a Hulk Hogan like the video. Bloody hell. Lilio says, watch it on your phone on the I don't give a shit. I mean, I'll do that with the tables. I don't care watching that. I meant do it live, watching it with all of you guys. That's what I want to watch it with. I'll be at that awards thing. I mean, we get like food, so I'll have it I'll have my phone propped up. I'll be watching it there. Me and KG. Imagine. No, I couldn't do that. Imagine me and KG went live on the phone, vertical from the awards thing, being like, we're just seeing what's happening here. We had to go live very quickly. We had to get involved. You would go against the theme of the channel, but maybe we'll do well with a room full of sports journalists. Not sure how well that would go. How well it would play. Anything's possible. You never know. We're 1 like away, just one like away from 100 likes. If you haven't already, click the like button and be sure to subscribe. Jamie says, how you missing Monday? I'm at an event. Missing Monday, but I'll be back on Friday. In terms of doing these watch-alongs, I'll still be doing morning show on Monday. Still be doing that. There'll be no red carpet because none of us will be there. But yeah, and then there'll still be news videos, and there'll still be countdown videos and all that fun stuff. So it's only one stream a miss, which I hate. And we did it, by the way. We hit 100 likes. Big up, guys. Big up the WN365 community. The roster. Yeah, the roster. Well, I say the roster. The roster is only people that are members. So Jadine, he's part of the WN365 roster. He's got a green badge. I know Red Devils is a member of the roster. He's got a gold badge as well. United Love's a member. It's got blue badge. And actually, if one of the members puts in the chat some of the emojis that you get as well, there's a load of custom emojis. Like there's like a I think there's the Wrestling News 365 one. There's some bouts. There's like NWO. What other ones did I put in there? I put some people in there. I forget what I made before. I'll have to add some new ones, definitely. There you go. Coutinho's one. Yeah. Look at that. Yeah, you get the Raw's 365. You get that as well. Yeah. Big up David. Just joined the WN365 roster as well. Big up to you. Getting the badge, the exclusive members only content, and the emojis. Like I said, the gaming streams are definitely going to be members only, and you get to watch some of the match rewatch stuff. I'm pissed off as well. I was doing the Raw and Nitro rewatch series, and I lost them all because, of course, the WWE Network doesn't exist anymore, and to get WCW stuff, it's a pain. Now because I got WCW Vault, we don't have every episode, and it's the same. What other ones have I put in there? Oh, there's a WrestleMania one. I did that. There's an old SmackDown one. There's an AEW one. Yeah, and you get the 365 World Order. Yes. And the LWO 365, the Latino 365 World Order, apparently. There's a Hall of Fame. Yeah, Hall of Fame emoji as well. They're all in there. So, yes, appreciate everyone tuning in. And also, we're 5 subscribers away from 19,400, which is insane. As we're just seeing a video of Paul Levesque going to get inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame. I won't be doing a watch along for that. That'll be a bit much. That would be a bit much. I think that one. Oh, it's pretty deadly. Maybe by DIY backstage. They're challenging next week in the O2. Yeah, so we'll be doing next Monday, but I'm doing, because that's in Glasgow. Then SmackDown's in London at the O2, and then Raw's at the O2. I'll be doing those 2. Quid pro quo. They'll make sure that they beat the Street Profits, become tag team champions. Career-defining moment. In return, they'll be first in line for the titles. There's this back scratching going to go on. Exactly, Red Devils 99. It's Phil Brooks talking to Paul Levesque. No, boy. Oh, there's the Motor City Machine Guns. Welcome to the back of the line. Back of the line. Ah, oh, what a backstage segment. JR says, oh, we need a Q&A in you. I could do that for members. We could do a Q&A. And ask me anything. WWE Tag Team Championship on the line next week. Street Profits defending against Pretty Deadly. And next week, United States Championship, LA Knight versus Braun Strowman. I was thinking the exact same thing. There is a lot of filler and segments. Definitely a lot of filler. I was looking at the clock going, oh, this segment's going to get a lot of time, obviously. What's next? Who's going to come out first? Is it going to be Paul? Oh, it's going to be Roman Reigns. Right, this is what everyone has tuned in for, is this segment. It's a one-segment show. Very much a one-segment show. The OTC has decided to show up for work. There he is. The original tribal chief, your tribal chief. With Paul Heyman, he's got a bit of a different look, doesn't he, Paul Heyman now? He doesn't wear the full suit. He wears a T-shirt now. Well, the pyro went off before he even lifted the finger. One's in the chat, obviously. One's in the chat. You have to acknowledge, of course. Accompanied by the wise man. Yeah. Joe Tessitore says this isn't the road to WrestleMania. This is the express lane. Another commercial. Are you taking the piss? Another commercial. Oh, over 3 minute commercial. Ugh. I mean, they really are filling time, aren't they? My God. I mean, at least I get to watch it. Slow, deliberate walk. Bloom says the only one I acknowledge is the Fruity Loop Cena. Fruity Pebbles. By the way, this new version of his song is nothing compared to his old one. His old one is probably the best thing that Def Rebel had done. That original Roman Reigns tribal chief head of the table theme is easily the best thing Def Rebel have done. And that's not hard, by the way, because the rest of their stuff has been shit. But that was actually good. And then they changed it. Why, I don't know. Look at Paul Heyman. Yeah. Look at Wade Barrett. Wade Barrett on commentary was giving it. I like the way Wade Barrett on commentary is. He's still doing it. Look, his finger's still up in the air, Wade Barrett. He's standing up now. Paul Heyman acknowledging his tribal chief as well. Paul's trying to make sure his shirt doesn't go up. It's a classic fat man trait. We've all been there, Paul. You put on your t-shirt, you raise your arms, it comes up, and you go, whoa, 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 whoa. Hands are only coming up this high. Hands are only coming up this high. They ain't going up much higher. We don't need to expose that. And we're back from commercial in 45 seconds. Paul Heyman just said to Reigns, 45. "30 seconds back from commercial. As Reigns standing beside his wise man. I wonder if Heyman's going to even say anything or if Punk's going to come out immediately. I think that's what might happen. Look at the pyro. This guy spent a full-on sort of 5 minutes just giving it this. Crowd chant OTC. Look at that ovation. Heyman. Put over the microphone like that. You're too much, Paul. But why were you with Punk inside the cage? Why? You've still got questions that need to be answered. Are they saying there's only one tribal chief? I believe so. My Italian's not great. Oh, Roman, you're just getting serenaded here. Serenade's going to take as long as Cena on Monday. Just said Bologna, they've gone crazy. Acknowledge the tribal chief. OTC chants. The OTC loves them. Last month at the Rumble, CM Punk screwed him. So at the Garden, he screwed CM Punk. Look at Paul's face. Last month at the Rumble, Seth Rollins tried to kill him. Could have been killed. Could have been killed. At the Garden, he tried to kill Seth Rollins. Could have been killed. Once again, chance of OTC. The OTC came a long way. He's had to take his time. He's going to be out for another 15, 20 minutes. Let him know. Has Roman got his teeth like redone? Because they look incredibly white this time. Incredibly white. Well, here comes Seth Rollins. The revolutionary, the visionary, the giant blue oven mitt. There is Rollins, who with those glasses actually looks like, I don't know, a blue fly, doesn't he? He's got these giant bug eye glasses on, doesn't he? It does look like a blue fly. Or we could say Rollins cosplaying as Hugh Hefner. It is, as Jadine says, in his pajamas. I mean, the majority of this segment thus far has just been entrances, by the way, hasn't it? Rollins is now in the ring. Rollins and Reigns Reigns certainly not taking his eyes off Seth Rollins. And Rollins just drink. I mean, with the amount of chance of OTC and now Rollins theme song, I mean, this segment might go a long time without actually anyone talking. As we're 5 subscribers away from 19,400. If you haven't already, subscribe. And listen to the crowd just singing Rollins' song. Red Devils 99 says Rome with the Ganacho teeth. They're pretty white chompers he's got going on. What is Rollins wearing? Honestly, he does. He looks like he's wearing a blue duvet. It says you messed up. You should have let him finish CM Punk when he had the chance. Rollins looks like he's going to pop a blood vessel. Look at Heyman's face. He's scowling. Big up Terry. He's got to go to work. One of our members of the WN365 roster. Look at Paul Heyman's face. He's got the best, facial expressions, doesn't he? They can't exist in the same place at the same. Look at Heyman's face. The story. It's got a lot of pages written. It's about time they added another chapter. Oh, here comes Punk. I was going to say Seth's just taking his clothes off for some reason. Look at Heyman's face. He looks conflicted. The crowd are into CM Punk. And Punk's got his fist taped, which means one thing, physicality. Is it going to be clobbering time? Look at Rollins. Rollins won't even look at him. He won't even make eye contact. He's turning his back on him. Punk's taking his watch off. Well, microphones have been dropped. I think we're getting physicality. Get ready for it. CM Punk singing his own theme song to the ring. Well, we've got some very combustible elements here. I hadn't thought about David. Yeah, the like Mussolini thing being so early is a bit mental, isn't it? It's a bit mental. Punk with his, I don't even know what to call that hairstyle at the moment. It's growing his hair out long, certainly. It looks like he's doing a bad Vince McMahon impression, doesn't he? He's got the pompadour going on. Crowd loves CM Punk. No surprise there. Before the circus kicks off, Big Chief and Grimace. Neither has beat them without the other one's help. Because you can't. In the Royal Rumble, it's every man for himself. Should have clued you into that. And if he didn't save his family's ass at War Games, he is owed a favor, Paul. Oh, Paul. Not now. Thank you for delivering him on a silver platter. I appreciate it. Ooh. Ooh. Punk. Conflict. Oh, he's attacked him with the microphone. And now we've got physicality from all three. Rollins now attacking Punk. Punk went after Roman, and now Rollins. They came for blood, certainly. They are brawling. This is a triple threatsness. Crowd are chanting, let them fight. Reigns tackles Punk. Rollins try to attack both. Now here come the officials, referees. Even Joe Tessitore sounds disappointed. No. Punk. Punk's on the announce table. You and you. Best in the world. Now Rollins is going after Reigns. And look at these guys are going after each other. Oh, watch out. Rollins with a dive. Now Rollins is pointing to the WrestleMania sign. Says, let's do it. I mean, the triple threat match is about good as made after that, isn't it? Let's be honest. There's Nick Aldis. I mean, if there's someone that was going to announce it. Oh, Roman Reigns has a steel steps. Oh, he just takes out Rollins with the steps. It is volcanic at ringside. You can hear him them saying, point, point. Each man has pointed to the sign. And I think that's going to be our final thing we see. Yeah, that's our final thing we see as we go off the air. So, I mean, it's not officially confirmed, but all three pointed at the WrestleMania sign. I mean, I suppose it's one of those things of what more can you really, say? You know what I mean? What more can you really say and what more can you really do? Because that's the triple threats basically all but announced, really. There isn't it, So I guess that's what it is, Didn't really a lot of talking, did we? Didn't really hear all that much talking. We just got a lot of, again, physicality, and that was about it. I mean, what did we make of it? I mean, we'll talk about it more in the post show. Definitely, we'll talk about it in the post show. We'll say what we thought about it, if it was any good, wasn't it any good. Get your opinions in on the post show because I think that's going to be very, very interesting to say the least. Very, very interesting. Rollins, Punk, and Reigns all fighting and brawling to close the show, and WrestleMania match being announced. I mean, in terms of an overall show, like as we've seen a lot recently when it comes to SmackDown, pretty flat. To be honest with you, pretty flat. But that's SmackDown with it being 3 hours, which is pretty flat. A lot of filler. Not it was a main event segment show, but that's kind of it. There was a good match on the show, which was Liv Morgan versus Jade Cargill. But like with a lot of episodes of SmackDown recently, it's very flat, isn't it, guys? Very, very flat. But like I said, we're going to get into all of that in the post show. We'll get into what it means for WrestleMania moving forward. Of course, we do have some other matches that have now been announced for WrestleMania coming out of this show too, so we can discuss that and discuss what it means. But yeah, I don't know how I feel. I'm gonna have to maybe give myself a couple of minutes just to figure out how I actually feel about some of those ones. Yeah, it's a bit interesting, but we'll get into all of it when it comes to the post show. So big up to everyone that's tuned in. I appreciate everyone that's tuned in. Become members of the WN365 roster as well. New subscribers, if you haven't already, click the like button. As I said, we'll be live in, to be honest, a matter of minutes. It doesn't take long to turn around, and we'll chat through what we think about this all, what we think about the ramifications of it, where this is going to go now, going into WrestleMania, where this is going to go going into Raw and into SmackDown next week, if we're going to see anything from any of these lot as well in the next couple of weeks. There is a lot to get into. You won't have to go anywhere either as well for the post show. You'll be immediately redirected for all that fun stuff too. So appreciate everyone that's tuned in, and I'll speak to you again very soon. I'm out of here. Peace.